obviously, Bedard is the most important Blackhawk this season, but who is the second and third most important?
I would say second and third most important. I think because he's looked at as, it's 1A, 1B, depending on how you feel. But I feel like because he's the most significant addition that they made, I feel like Teuvo is the second most important guy this year because I think him and Bedard are going to be paired together, I would imagine, because their games play well together. So I think Teuvo, I would say, would be the second most important. Third most important, I'm going to say, is whoever's in net that night, because we saw what the difference was between how Peter Mrazek played last year and how Arvid Soderblom was playing last year, and how it changed the complexity of the team on a game-to-game basis. You go out, you get Laurent Brossoit, and now you have a full season of healthy, good Peter Mrazek. It'll be important for that to continue and for Brossoit to be able to shoulder a little bit more of a workload and still be able to be that guy that he has been the last 2-3 seasons, where he's in a backup role, but he's putting up really impressive numbers. If those guys can continue that in the next year, that's going to be super important for this team to be competitive in games on a nightly basis, which then allows everybody to play better. The young guys play in a better environment. That helps their progression. It all just makes everything move forward.
Yeah, I agree with Teuvo. He's going to be a very important Blackhawk, and I'm going to put in Seth Jones. If Seth Jones is your top defensive player with some of these younger defensemen coming up, him leading the way. If Seth Jones can, we've seen the last 2 seasons kind of start slow offensively. If he can get off to a quicker start offensively, that will take a lot of pressure off of him. Plus, I think having better forwards on the team now will take pressure off him defensively. Seth Jones actually getting to spend more time playing offense than defense will be a good thing. So I think he's a very important player too. And I want to throw on that list too, Taylor Hall could be an important player. I know we can't guarantee he's going to be playing a lot of games, but if he could stay healthy and he can contribute, that's a big piece, because that's a guy that you could potentially flip for a decent asset at the deadline.
All good ones. I'm going to throw Tyler Bertuzzi in there too, because one of the knocks on him has been his consistency. And if he can be a consistent contributor, we're talking 50-ish points this year, 50 points plus. That would be a huge, huge boost for the Hawks. I don't know how realistic that is, but I just think that they're counting on him to probably be more for any team that he's ever been, or hoping that he will. He's going to get opportunities probably like he's never really gotten before.
Yeah.
His career high, 62 points in 2021-22 with Detroit, and that was in 68 games. That's probably when he was used the most. That's when Detroit was pretty bad. It was basically him and Dylan Larkin, and that's it at that point. And he got his opportunities and took advantage of it. I think he's going to get a lot of opportunities on special teams, top 6. So if you can see a 45 to 60 point season from him, that would be very, very helpful for them in terms of depth scoring. And he's a very versatile player.
We all silly like the mayor.